All right. Here we go. We are live. Let's do this. There are 3 people watching this morning. Hello and good morning from Tucson, Arizona. I'm here in my hotel room. There's my hotel room. And, I'm down to 2 people watching. Is anybody... Wait a minute. Now there's only 1 person watching. Well, anyway, to that 1 person, thank you for watching. When you're not a celebrity and you're just a nobody like me, just anytime anyone watches your live stream, it's a big deal. So welcome. I'm going to do a talk about I'm going to talk about the 7 best backstories to not too shabby videos. And I'm just going to wait another minute or 2, hoping and trusting that more people will show up. So, actually, I'm going to text a couple more of my friends. Phil, I am live streaming right now, period. Join us, ? You really do have to, I really do have to do this. You know, when you're a big celebrity, you can do a live stream. You get hundreds or thousands of people watching immediately. But when you're Steve Garuffi, you're just happy if you have 2 or 3 people watching. And I'm ecstatic if I have 7 or 8 people watching. So, here's Josh. I might text Josh. I am live streaming right now. Join us? ? Also, if you're visiting, please chat and please say something in the chat section. Let me know who you are, who's watching. Because right now there's 3 people watching. Please say something. Anyone? Someone? Please? I'm trying at least. I'm trying to be... It's Monday morning. And with the coronavirus scare, people are home. And a lot of school. Maybe, I guess Kelly's probably working. I'm hoping Monday morning works. There's 3 people watching, but nobody's commenting. This is kind of disappointing. I'm just going to be patient. I do have 7. I made a list of not too shabby videos where there's either a backstory or some kind of funny explanation. Most of them are funny. Well, I think they're all funny or amusing. Hey, we got 4 people watching. Whoever is watching, thank you. Please comment. Let me know who you are or where you're at, and I'm going to start playing some not too shabbies. Actually, let me just start playing some not too shabbies. This is still kind of one of my favorite not too shabbies of all time. I don't know why, but here it is.
It's a 3-pound bag of cheese raviolis. Not too shabby!
All right, here's just some random ones.
It's the Venable Trailhead. Not too shabby!
There we go. I'm just going to play not too shabby. If no one's going to comment in the chat section to let me know who you are, I'm just going to play not too shabbies.
It's a snowman mug. Not too shabby!
Hey, Mike. Mike, are you on the road? Are you in your truck? What are you doing? Do you have me just on Audible? I hope you're well, Mike. All right, since Mike is here, I'm going to officially start. The 7 best backstories. Let's start with one when I was biking across America. The nasty swimming pool. Do you remember? Here. Let's see, where is it here? Come on. Pool. I did a Not Too Shabby 3 years ago of an icky swimming pool. Here's the Not Too Shabby. I'll play it first.
It's the swimming pool at my motel. Not too shabby.
So here's the backstory for this one. It was 2017. I think it was early March. And I had rolled into Deming, New Mexico. And I was biking across America, where most nights I was staying in some cheap motel kind of place, wherever it was the cheapest. And so this motel was low end. And the woman was nice. The room was okay. But outside was a swimming pool that was it was mostly empty, and it had this rancid, pool of water that was kind of dirty. I think there's a little bit of garbage in there, maybe like soda cans or whatever kind of debris. It was so icky that, anyway, here it is again. So anyway, that's not the greatest backstory, but really, like, I stayed at some scary motels when I was biking across America. And here it is again.
It's the swimming pool at my motel. Not too shabby.
So that was in Deming, New Mexico. It's in southwest New Mexico. So, and then I actually was back there. I went back there 9 months ago. I was in Deming, and I visited the motel. And the motel was abandoned. It was totally closed. And I wanted to get another video. And it looked like there was a barrel, like some toxic barrel inside here.
So right here in Deming, New Mexico is a closed motel. And this is Bike Across America history and Not Too Shabby history.
All right.
Why? Because I did a Not Too Shabby of this icky pool.
This is a barrel.
2017. My third Bike Across America.
There's a barrel in there.
In room 4.
There you go. So sometimes I like doing the crazy Not Too Shabbies where it's something icky or disgusting. By the way, now there's 6 people watching. Thank you. Please comment. Please say something in live chat. Tell me who you are. Say hello. Tell me your location. Tell me a Not Too Shabby that you want me to play. So anyway, the nasty swimming pool, that's a good one. All right, I'm just going to get right to it. One of the best Not Too Shabbies stories comes from, where is it here? Comes from this one. Is it this one?
It's a welcome to Texas sign. Not too shabby.
No, it's not that one. Hold on. This is so frustrating. Where is it? Holy cow, this is frustrating. State line. I have a great story at the Texas-New Mexico state line. If I can find the video. YouTube's being a butthead. This is frustrating. Where is it? All right, here it is.
It's the Texas state line. Not too shabby.
All right. Again, 3 years ago, I was biking across America. This is the backstory. I was right at the Texas-New Mexico state line. All right, here I am again.
It's the Texas state line. Not too shabby.
Right there on the New Mexico side there was a ranch. There was a house, and it looked like some kind of ranch. And when I screamed, "Not too shabby," within 20 seconds or so, whatever, 30 seconds, somebody from the house ran out towards me and was like, "Is everything okay? What's going on? Do you need help?" Because he heard me yell, "Not too shabby," and he thought there was a fight. Because I did yell, "Not too shabby," like, I was angry or something. And I don't think he was packing heat. I don't think he had a weapon with him, but he may have. I don't remember. It's been a few years now, but I think he came out like expecting there to be a fight or somebody got killed or something. And he was like, "Is everything okay? What's going on?" You know? So I walked over and I was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I just did a not too shabby." And I was like, "Here, let me show you my videos." And, here's just an example.
It's the Anthony Country Store. Not too shabby.
So then when I explained my videos, he said, "Oh, wow." He showed interest in my videos, and he was, he subscribed to my YouTube channel, and then he started thinking they were funny, and he told his family. Yeah, I know his teenage daughter was following me. I think we're still Facebook friends, by the way. So that's the story. So to this day, I keep in touch. I've lost touch with them a good deal, but I still think I may have the guy's phone number. So, but it's kind of a neat story. So, okay, my one disappointment is no one is commenting in the live chat except Mike. And this is like not fun. I'm gonna tell a couple more stories, but I may just cancel this. Let me see. Let me do another. Oh, all right. So let me do the biking on Christmas Day last year. There was a great backstory. This is the not too shabby at hand.
Biking past a bunch of saguaros. Not too shabby.
Okay, it looks like a pretty ordinary, not too shabby. All I do is bike past a saguaro here.
Biking past a bunch of saguaros. Not too shabby.
All right, so here's the story. Right after I finished the video and I turned my camera off, I bike past some kind of storage facility, a self-storage area. You can kind of see it there on the left. Once I turned it off, someone yelled, "Shut the F up!" And he screamed it. Because here's what happened. There were a bunch of saguaros along the sidewalk. And I was biking on the sidewalk. And I said, "Oh, that could be a not too shabby." So I did it once. I did one take, and I did not too shabby. And the way the timing, the way I held my camera, it didn't work out at all. So I turned, I did a little circle and I did a second take. And remember, I did it again. It's a bunch of saguaros, not too shabby. But again, the lighting or my delivery, something wasn't right. So then I did another circle, and then I did it a third time. And this video is the third time.
Biking past a bunch of saguaros. Not too shabby.
So there was a guy. What I didn't realize was there was a guy beyond the fence in one of the storage areas, not that far from the sidewalk. So he was getting annoyed. So after that third time, he yelled, "Shut the F up!" Unfortunately, I didn't get it on camera. I hit the end button too soon. Because that would have been even more funny if somebody had, on the video had cursed at me. So thank you to the 4 people watching. No one is commenting. I know Mike's watching, but he's busy working. But this is really, I'm going to do one more story. And then I'm going to end the live stream if this continues to be dead. Ooh. Let's just do the toy snake. guess there's a backstory to the toy snake. There's actually a couple of little backstories. First of all, here is the toy snake, Not Too Shabby.
It's a toy snake. Not too shabby!
Hey, Jan. Hey, Jan. Jan, thank you for watching. You're listening? Oh, so you're working, but okay. Hey, Jan and Mike. All right, so the toy snake. Let me play it one more time.
It's a toy snake. Not too shabby!
So here's the story. This was last fall, and there's a Dollar General in my little town. So, hey, Patrice. Hey, the Reaver. All right, let me just tell you this. So I was going to a Dollar General for a while. I was running out of ideas to do Not Too Shabbies. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to go to the dollar store. And they have so many things for just $1. So, but every day I was going there and I was buying one thing. Like they had a can of lima beans for $1. And they had like all these weird little ornaments for $1. And so I bought the toy snake. It was only $1. So I remember, I just belted out. And I was inside my house. I was in my townhome. And I screamed it so loud. And I was really, my neighbors, all of my neighbors are great. But my neighbors to the east, they're renters and they're good young people. But I figured if I screamed it, they might be like, what's going on? What's going on? So I was pretty sure they weren't home. I'm think our walls are kind of thick anyway, but then Dwight, my other neighbor, I just figured it would be funny to it would be funny if he was alarmed. Anyway, I just let it rip. I just said, what the heck? And here it is, the great toy snake.
It's a toy snake. Not too shabby!
I still have that toy snake. And I was thinking about trying to sell it on eBay. Having an auction, the famed toy snake. So I'm losing track. I've told we got 8 people watching. We got 9 people watching. All right. See, now I feel bad because for the first 7 or 8 minutes or 10 minutes, there's only 2 or 3 people and nobody was commenting. So yes, Jan, you're welcome to tell a story, especially. Hey, Patrice. All right, these are bad backstories. I still think the Texas-New Mexico state line is a great one. So, wait. Here's a good backstory. Did you know that there are 2 Not Too Shabbies? Hey, Jacob. Did you know there's 2 Not Too Shabby videos where someone paid me? I will admit it. It's rare. I don't want to turn this into a commercial enterprise. But twice someone has messaged me and said, hey, I'll pay you if you make a Not Too Shabby of this. And the first one was some years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. And it's a guy named Ian Bannister. Here it is.
It's a photo of Ian Bannister. Not too shabby.
He's some guy. He's some guy in California, and his friend. It was Ian's birthday, and he said, please make one. It's his birthday. I want to surprise him. He loves you. He's kind of obsessed with your Not Too Shabbies. And he said, I'll give you $50. I'll give you $50 if you make that video. So I said, all right, here's my PayPal. And I made it. And within, 10 minutes, it only takes 9 seconds to make a Not Too Shabby video and not long to upload it. So within 5 minutes, I had $50 in my PayPal account. So anyway, thank you, Ian. I hope you. And then it's online forever.
It's a photo of Ian Bannister. Not too shabby.
And there's another one. Hopefully, it's okay to. Let's see. Her first name. Oh, Katie. Let's see. All right. I'm not going to say how much money because it's not a. Wait. Where is it here? Katie? Her name's Katie, right? Kaskovic. I remember her last name. Wait. I can't find the other one. Wait. See? I've made 1,788 not too shabbies. So I want to wait, hold on. I got to find this video. And now I got to go into my video. So, hey, Jan. Okay. Sorry, I'm comment. Yeah. Brenda, Arizona. What about it? Is that where you're from? Do you stay there? Is that how you found me? Because I made 1 or 2 videos in Brenda. All right, I got to find this video. I got to find this. Keep scrolling, Steve. Here, I'll show you what I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. It was in... Here it is. Oh, hey, Jan. Yeah, the John Wayne game. Yeah, you were cycling there 3 years ago. Yeah. Okay, the John Wayne game. What the? Really? It's a great game if you're into John Wayne. Yeah. Did you tell them that you saw my video? Did you show them the video I made in the Brenda store? By the way, here's the other video of, I'm not saying how much they paid me. I don't want to make it about money. But anyway, apparently this woman named Val loves my Not Too Shabbies. And I'm honored, Val, that you love them. But here's the Not Too Shabby.
It's a photo of Val Kaskovic, the CEO of College Planner Pro. Not too shabby.
Oh, I'll tell you. Wait. There's a backstory to this video. There's a backstory. Okay, so I got paid a little bit of money. That was great. But then I was in a hotel room. I was in a hotel room in Tucson, not that far from here. And I shouted it. And it was like 3:00 in the afternoon. And after like 10 minutes later, I had already uploaded it. The hotel room, the hotel phone rang, and the front desk said, we got a report that there was noise in your hotel room. And I totally apologized and said, oh, I'm so sorry. But here's the video again.
It's a photo of Val Kaskovic, the CEO of College Planner Pro. Not too shabby.
Okay, back to you, Jan. Yeah, Jan, you told them? Did they like the video? Did they like the video of Brenda, Arizona? And then also, Jan, were you biking across America or were you staying in Brenda? So, just curious. But, all right, so that's backstory number 4. I've done the Texas-New Mexico border, biking past the Saguaro and getting cursed at, the toy snake, the nasty swimming pool. Oh, the 5th was being paid. All right, let me show you another one. Oh, Jan, you've biked from San Diego to El Paso. Great job. Patrice, let's see. How many? I'm going to look up Patrice Not Too Shabby. Patrice, here's the one I remember.
I'm with Patrice and Ed, and we're looking at Mount Princeton. Not too shabby.
Oh wow, Jan, you're in Belgium? They were shocked? Wow, that's interesting. I mean, with YouTube, anything can go online. And I'm guessing there's not many like if you search for Brenda, Arizona, it's such a small village that I doubt there's many videos. Like, yeah, look, my video is the third one. See it right there? Bike Across America. There are very nice people in there. Yeah, they were. Well, Jen, yeah, I think it was. They said it was Monopoly. Oh, Mike. Okay. Let's play the one. Mike has a request. The horn one. Horn. Thank you. Now that people are commenting, now it feels like the live stream is good. Here's one. All right, everyone. You see Mike K in the chat area? I was in his semi. He's a truck driver, and I honked his horn.
Honking a horn of a semi. Not too shabby.
You know what's great? It's got 9. That video has 8 likes. Oh, it has no dislikes. But then one person named Brett gave a comment, and he said, "Why would you do that in a parking lot full of drivers trying to get their rest? Just wondering if you thought of this." So he criticized me, but that's a great one. So
honking a horn of a semi. Not too shabby.
Wait, and Mike, I actually have one where don't I do a not too shabby of just you? I just say, "It's my friend Mike." Here's Mike.
It's my friend Mike K. Not too
shabby. So Jan, thank you. I'm so honored that you are watching my live stream, and thank you. Really, I appreciate your comment. That's a great story about Brenda, Arizona. So on 1, 2, all 3 of my Bike Across America trips, I was on that highway biking through Brenda, and I was biking east. So here's more people.
It's my new friends, Bucky and Mike. Duncan, Arizona. Not too shabby.
The guy in the white hat. This is during my Bike Across America trip. The guy in the black hat. He actually passed away, and his daughter-in-law, one of his relatives, kind of messaged me or wrote on the video and said, "Oh, rest in peace, Mike," and said some nice things about him. And they were thankful that I made the video. So this was 3 years ago. I was in Duncan, Arizona, and I was talking to these people, and it was kind of meant to be that I stopped and just talked to people. So anyway, here's the video again.
It's my new friends, Bucky and Mike. Duncan, Arizona. Not too shabby.
By the way, I searched for Mike, not too shabby. And there's Mike K. There's Bucky and Mike. Here's another, driving with Mike Cisneros.
Driving in Globe with my friend Mike. Not too shabby.
I have so many Mike videos. Oh, here's another Mike. Mike and Ike candy.
It's a box of Mike and Ike Mega Mix candy. Not too shabby.
Oh, I got another one. Here's one with Mike. Another Mike.
I'm hiking with Mike and Tom. Not too shabby.
We were on a big mountain in Colorado right there. So that was pretty cool. So there you go. All these great not too shabby stories. Now, Patrice, if you're still there, here I wait, let's see here. Where's the Broncos blanket? Here. The Denver Broncos. Patrice, this is everyone, this is Patrice Wolschlager's blanket.
It's a Broncos blanket.
There.
Not too shabby.
And you helped me out that day because I had surgery a week earlier, and you bought some groceries for me, so I didn't have to go shopping. So you're a great friend, Patrice. So, by the way, it's funny. I mean, I'm not that big of a Broncos fan, but because I live in Colorado, I have so many Broncos, like a Broncos license plate, not too shabby, a tiki mask, a crock pot, a Broncos checker set. Look at the checker set here.
It's a Broncos checker set. Not too shabby.
How about the Broncos on the verge of winning the Super Bowl?
The Broncos being on the verge of winning the Super Bowl. Not too shabby.
There you go. Oh, how about a Denver Bronco? I scream in this one.
It's a Broncos headrest cover. Not too shabby.
Hey, Jan. All right, Jan, here's what happened. So in 2019, I attempted to bike across America a fourth time. And on the third day, I stopped. I biked about 95 miles. I was in California, started at the Pacific Ocean, and about 90 miles in, I stopped. And I quit. I don't like the word quit, but so that's what happened. I did make a video explaining that I stopped maybe a day or two later. So I'm not sure if you saw it. But yeah, that's what happened. I didn't get injured. I didn't have an accident. It's a long story, but there was a while there where I was talking a lot about it in my live streams. And
snowy road.
Wait.
Not too shabby.
Anyway, yeah, it just wasn't the right timing. There were some psychological issues. It just didn't work out. So if I ever go a fourth time, if I ever do it again, I'm thinking about returning to the very spot where I stopped and I quit and continuing my ride. So I have a little bit of peace about maybe I didn't really quit. Maybe I've just stopped and I will resume the ride at a future time. So in short, I wasn't in a good mindset to bike across America. I learned a lot. From that experience. And I will say that I've always taken pride. I've biked across America 3 times. So I've taken a lot of pride in not quitting. Probably too much pride. And I probably judged people. Well, I kind of know I did sort of judge people who quit, or I always just thought, oh, I can't believe you would quit. That kind of attitude. And then once it happened to me, it was a very humbling experience. And I learned a lot about myself. And hey person, the main thing I learned, this is kind of funny. There were many things I learned, but one big thing I learned is for the first time in a long time, I actually like my job. I actually love my job. as a mental health therapist. So I was out there biking, and I was facing all the hardships of biking across America, and I was tired, and I didn't have the greatest start. That was another problem. And very quickly I was thinking, right now I could be home and working and making money instead of struggling and spending money right now. And I just flipped just like that. I was like, oh, forget it. I'm just going to go home. On my other trips, I either had a lot of time on my hands and I wasn't working as much as I was underemployed. For my third trip, I quit my job. I just said, I hate this job. I'm quitting. So then I had all this time on my hands. So then it was easy to say, okay, I have nothing to do. I don't have a job. So I'm going to go bike and embrace the whole experience. So this fourth trip, right now, I still love my job too much that I don't even know that I could leave for 7 or 8 weeks. So anyway, so that's just my little thing there, Jan. But I do appreciate you asking. Also, Jan, if you have photos of your trip from San Diego to El Paso, when this live stream is over, or share it in the chat section, share your link. And then we can all look at your pictures, and if you have a journal. So, hey, Joseph. Hey, and Person Face. That's a funny name, by the way. Yeah, okay, Jan, yeah. So let me share the very first. This was the very first Not Too Shabby that kind of had some viral action. And it was my jalapeno cheddar bagel. This one.
A jalapeno cheddar bagel. Not too shabby.
That was only my sixth, I think it was my fifth or sixth Not Too Shabby. It was that early. And I made that in 2013. So you know how long ago that was. A few months later, somebody on Reddit posted it, and they got a whole bunch of views with all these comments. And it has 32,000 views. And that's a lot for me. So anyway, so this is a little backstory. It's not much. Here, I'm going to. Yeah. Here, I have 2 more backstories to tell. Cheesy Gordita Crunch. I don't eat much fast food anymore, but here's the Not Too Shabby.
Eating a cheesy Gordita Crunch. Not too shabby.
All right, so what's the big deal, right? The big deal was I took so many takes. I was sitting in my car eating a cheesy Gordita Crunch, and I kept doing it, and it wasn't here. So then I realized, wait a minute, let me put all the takes together. And I kind of mixed them up a little bit, but here they are. I was practicing there.
Not too shabby. Eating a cheesy Gordita Crunch. Not too shabby. Eating a cheesy Gordita Crunch. Eating a cheesy Gordita Crunch. Not too shabby. Eating a cheesy Gordita Crunch. Not too shabby.
So there you go. It takes some of these Not Too Shabbies are hard work. Really hard work. By the way, I'm in a hotel room here. There's my room. See the room. It's very nice. I'm just in the corner right now. So This video has been brought to you by Body Armor. It's a great drink. It's really low on sugar and really low on sodium. It's good stuff, and it still tastes great. So go get some. Hey, Charlie, would I ever consider doing kind of shabby ones? Well, I haven't yet. So nothing really has come. Yeah. I just don't do shabby videos. It's always not too shabby. That's a great question. Hey, Steph. Hey, Steph from Serendipity. Hey, speaking of backstories, everyone, the manager of Serendipity Coffee Shop is now watching, and she's in the chat section there. I've made a whole bunch of not too shabbies in your coffee shop. First of all, this is the very first one I did, and this was in your first year when it was still dead and nobody even knew your coffee shop was there.
It's Serendipity Coffee Shop. Not too shabby.
With what's his name? What was that guy's name? What was his name? I forgot his name. But he was a nice guy. So here's more. I have a not too shabby of the puzzles you sell.
It's a Colorado jigsaw puzzle. Not too shabby.
Zach, that was his name, Zach. So there's a coffee shop in Walsenburg, Colorado that I go to, and it's very not too shabby friendly because the manager, Steph, loves my YouTube channel and she's very nice. And then the only problem now is there's too many people in the coffee shop. So it's hard to shout not too shabby when there's a lot of people around. But here, Steph, I have your socks.
It's a hey y'all pair of socks. Not too shabby.
Here's another. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Sherry from Rhode Island. I hope you're well. Here's another pair of socks.
It's a pair of socks that says, I don't give a flock. Not too shabby.
I don't give a flock. Hey, Southpaw. Hey, everyone, you see Southpaw in the chat section? That's my real life friend, Josh. And I once did a not too shabby of his pet chicken. And it's Iris the chicken. So here.
It's Iris, a chicken. Not too shabby.
You have weed plants on your socks? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's interesting. Really, what do you think about Iris the chicken? Hey, Josh, it's been a few years now. Is Iris still what's the lifespan of a chicken? Is Iris still alive?
It's Iris, a chicken. Not too shabby.
Let's see. I might have some more socks, not too shabbies. Let's see. Oh my God, I have so many socks. I have 8 socks, not too shabbies here.
It's Cleveland Brown socks. Not too shabby.
All right, take care, Steph. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Steph. Well, I've got here.
Wearing socks and sandals at the same time. Not too shabby. These are festive Colorado socks. Not too shabby.
I got more.
These are chili pepper socks that read hot stuff. Not too shabby.
Oh, I got more.
It's my Seattle Seahawks socks. Not too shabby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All these socks. Oh, here's a great one.
It's a pink sock monkey. Not too shabby.
That's my friend Katrina in the background laughing. See all the socks? I got so many.
It's Wichita State Argyle socks. Not too shabby.
I got a lot of socks, not too shabby videos. What do you think? Oh my gosh. How about coffee with the Methodists? Here.
Having coffee with my Methodist friends. Not too shabby.
That was a good memory. Vet's mom, the woman in the middle, she passed away a few months ago. So it's kind of touching to have a video with her in it, and we're all laughing. So here's a great backstory. 3 people at a convenience store. 3 years ago, I was in Trinidad, Colorado. For the first time, a stranger came up to me and said, "Hey, not too shabby." Very first time ever. All right. So it was the guy in the middle, and we made a video. So then I met his wife and his kid, and here's the video.
It's 3 random people at a convenience store. Not too shabby.
I said 3 random people. Sherry, you're all right. That's a good point. That is a good point. That would be, yeah. Yeah. I'm all for that. So, all right. By the way, I'm gonna go for another 10 minutes, and then I need to head out. This is my last day in Arizona. I with the coronavirus stuff, I'm thinking I need to get back pretty soon. That's a long story, but because the Airbnb I'm going to be staying at, I canceled, and the host wrote me. I had stayed with her before, so we already had. I felt like we've got a good friendship, whatever connection, and she said, "Listen, I'm a nurse, and my husband works in retail. We're sanitizing everything, but you need to be warned. And then also, we don't want you if you're sick, and I have not been sick at all, but." I just think I didn't want to be a stress to these people by an added risk of somebody being contagious and all that. So I canceled. So then I'm just going to leave tomorrow for Colorado. And realistically, I think it's probably wise that we quarantine as much as possible, and so because just looking at what was going on in Italy and then some parts of China with hospitals being overwhelmed. And this is not just some ordinary flu bug. This will, anyway. Okay. So you get the point. So yeah, you can't be too careful. And I just was reading some of the symptoms where it was like, all right. So you get the point. Yeah, exactly. Stay home. Like, there's no question. Like, yeah, just stay home. Try to avoid crowds, or like I'm washing my hands, all that stuff. So unfortunately, tomorrow I'm leaving Arizona and I'm heading back home. And so the thing is, I work today, and this is really this is my last day I've got like a 5-hour gap, and I'm going to go. There's a Saguaro of the day. I'm going to drive down to Sahuarita. It's like 20 miles south of Tucson, and I'm going to do a Saguaro of the day. And that's probably going to be my last Saguaro of the day. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow in the morning if I feel like it. But yeah, exactly, Charlie. No, I know the Airbnb. The danger is I don't want to be a stress to them where they got to feel like, oh no, is this guy going to be contagious? And then they're stressed about, we don't want to get this guy, our guest, sick. And she said she's a nurse. I'm not sure what kind of nurse she is. So that's the one thing. And then secondly, it's a 2-week stay. It's a really nice suburban home outside of Tucson. Wonderful neighborhood. Everything's perfect about it. And they're really nice people. And I'm kind of like, I have a spare bedroom on sort of like the other side of the house. But then the other thing too is if I get sick, then, it's not a good place to be sick because I wouldn't expect them to look after me. Or if they're sick and I'm staying there, that would be funny. It might just be best to go back to Colorado. So if there's any sickness issues going on, I'm at least home. And I don't have that many friends. I have some friends in my town, but at least I have a base of people I can rely on. I don't have family in Colorado, but it's probably wise that I get back. And then also I can help other people too. That's the other thing too. If this gets really bad, I kind of want to be in my community where I can help others. So yeah. So, Charlie, the thing in June, by the way, Airbnb, they totally canceled, like there's no cancellation fee charges. So I got to cancel this for free. So you might want to hold off on canceling your June trip. Wait, like hold off for a while because it's only March and we'll see where we're at. Hopefully by June, so it'll be past. I hope. So, but I think we're going to go I think we got 4 to 6 weeks. Let's see where we're at in about 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and I don't know. We'll just see. I'm obviously not an expert, but sorry to get all serious, but the other thing too, there's one other factor for me personally. I eat out a lot. You know what I mean? I eat out a lot. So for me, I can quarantine and all that, but then I found myself like I did buy some groceries. I got fruits and canned fruit. I eat a lot, but usually once a day I got to go on. I treat myself to Chipotle, Panda Express, something Mexican food. And right now I'm like, oh, I should not be. Do not be eating out. Don't less contact with people. So even that, I was like, man, I need to just go home, buy some groceries for a few weeks, whatever, and just stay home and be a hermit. So anyway, and that'll be kind of depressing because I'm loving Arizona so much, and I'm struggling with my town in Colorado, but I got to just do it. So anyway, here, yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I made this video.
Washing my hands. Not too shabby.
There you go. All right, so let me see the backstory. I have my list here of my backstories. So there was the last backstory I'm going to tell. All right, I'm just going to do the top 6 ones. I'm going to review the top 6 ones. Texas bike. Let's see here. The number 1.
All right. This is the Welcome to Texas sign.
This one.
It's the Texas state line. Not too shabby.
Right at that spot, there was a guy who ran out saying, "Is everything okay?" He thought there was a fight. He was like, "What's wrong? What's going on?" And I said, "Oh no, I'm just doing my not too shabby videos." Then my second one, this is a great one.
Biking past a bunch of saguaros. Not too shabby.
The very moment I stopped that video, a guy shouted, "Shut the F up!" Yeah. And then thirdly, I did the toy snake. The last one I wanted to talk about is the Los Animas courthouse. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up, but let me tell you one last story. There's only 6 people here now. This one.
It's the Los Animas County Courthouse. Not too shabby.
That video has been watched the most watched Not Too Shabby. 155,000 times, which is a lot for me. So what happened was it was fall 2015. And this one went viral on Reddit. It exploded. I got, I don't know, like 2,000, 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers. I don't know how. I mean, it wasn't. All I know is it was so buzzing on Reddit, and so many people were talking about it that I got kind of in the news. This Sam Roberts guy was talking about me and interviewed me. Opie Radio watched my videos online. There's a newscast in Michigan where they talked about me. And here, I'll play them for you. Let me play them for you. So it was all because somebody posted that Los Animas County Courthouse. And they were like, hey, check out this guy. He's really weird. He makes these Not Too Shabby videos. And let's see here. Oh, I can't show them because then there's going to be copyright issues. But let's see here. It was on Opie Radio. Anyway, it was on a bunch of people talked about me, and it was an honor. And actually, for that, like, I even got invited on Tosh 1.0. Tosh 1.0. It's a Comedy Central show. And they contacted me. I think they emailed me first. And they said, do you want to be on the show? You can be a guest. And at first I was like, yeah. I remember I said, yeah, we'll talk more. And I remember I got home. I just searched on YouTube for the TV show Tosh 1.0. And like the comedy style is so foul. It's so not my style. Like the vulgarity. I don't have that, like, my morals aren't that great, but for me, my dignity, I couldn't be on that show. And so I had to turn them down. And they said, we'd be willing to fly you. We'll pay for your flight, your hotel. We'll make a great show, you know. And I even shared with the producer, I said, there's no way I could be on your show. And he said, well, you know, we understand that. We could be clean. We could work with you. We understand that. Some of our guests, like, you know, they don't, you know, their style, they don't like the crudeness that we promote, you know. And I thought about it, and I just said, no, there's no way I could go on that show. So anyway, that was Josh. That was like fall of 2015. So maybe I should have gone on the show, but you know. Yeah, no, I know, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, I could have been on national TV, or, you know, that could have really been big for me, but I just knew I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My conscience, I do have some values. So, all right, I'm going to close up. I'm going to finish up really soon. So those are my backstories. If you watch the whole video from the beginning, I was kind of grouchy for the first 15, 18 minutes because nobody was commenting. And it's not fun when there's no comments and you're just talking. You feel that's what it feels like when you're on the radio and you're just talking. You don't really get feedback, you know? So, but I'm going to go on a short hike. There's one more saguaro of the day. video, and I'm going to go take it on. So let me play one more Not Too Shabby here.
It's Green Valley Estates, a manufactured home community. Not Too Shabby!
Yeah, everyone, take care of yourself. Patrice, all of you, thank you for watching my live stream. It's been fun. Signing off from Tucson, Arizona. All right. Arizona will miss me. I will miss Arizona deeply. Really, Charlie, it's going to be sad. Thank you to everyone who watched. I hope it's been fun. It's at least something to do. I know there's better things to do, but seriously, thank you for your friendship. And I know this sounds sappy, but I really appreciate YouTube and the opportunity to make videos and then, you know, to get feedback and all that. It's enriched my life. So thank you. All right. Take care. Hey, bye, Jan. You're still there? Take care. Come visit America again sometime. Let's just wait for this coronavirus thing to end, okay? Maybe I'll visit Europe as well. I'll come over there sometime. So, all right. Take care, everybody. Signing off. Bye. Not Too Shabby.